It's been kind of a tradition on this channel to read through these The Dwarves series books by Microsites, and by meaning that it's always among the first books of the year that we read them. So, of course, for the fourth book, it is almost April, so it's a bit later than usual, but we're getting there. So, this is the fourth book, The Fate of the Dwarves. Also, just like the others, clearly loved, clearly used. The pages, I don't know how well it's can see here, but are yellowing, and it is absolutely, I love it. Now, this is, as stated, the fourth book in this series, and there are, I think there are 6 books, but I can only guarantee 5, but I think this is 6. And this one's from 2008, and that is a 3-year gap from the previous book. Now, this one has a tired dwarves, like really tired, and I think this is supposed to be Ironblade Burndale, because he is kind of more the main character of this book than Tungdale is, and we'll talk about that in a second. But first and foremost, let's go through some the Storygraph statistics for this book. So, with sadly only 350 reviews, this book stands at a respectable 3.6 out of 4. I feel like that's pretty decent. And, could have had more reviews. Wish more people read these books. I think they're good. They are a product of their time. But overall, I think they're pretty good. 65% says the pacing of this 7, almost 800 book behemoth of a book is medium and not slow. And 30% says it's fast, and I actually agree. For such a thick book, a lot is going on and we're moving the plot quite fast. And is the book then plot or character driven? And most people with 61% says it is mixed, whilst 33% says it is mainly plot. And I would argue it's a mix, because if it's not the plot driving it, it's very much Tungdale. I would actually have it lean more towards being character driven than plot driven for most cases. Now, is there a strong character development? 50% have said yes, whereas 33% have said it's complicated. That is quite a split, and I agree, it is tough, because for a lot of the characters, it doesn't feel like it was a lot of development, but I mean, there was. Also, the main problem is this book takes place like 200 years after the previous ones. So are the characters lovable? 66% says yes, 33% says no. Is it a diverse cast of characters? 61% says yes. I agree, I adore these characters. They are at times a mixed bag, and I think that's fine. Now, are the flaws of the characters in focus? 61% says yes, and I definitely agree. So, let's talk about the cover quickly. It is a tired dwarf. This is either Tungdale or Boendil, and both of them could be tired. Like, a big theme for this book is how Tungdale is tired of saving the world constantly. But it could also be Boendil, who has gone older. He is a family father. He is, ready to give in. The only reason I don't quite know is just because we don't have an eye patch. I do believe this is Tungdale, though. I think that makes the most sense, that we see him in the cover being this tired warrior. He is done. He has saved Girdlegard 3 other times. This is the 4th time. He's done. Finito. Makes sense. Now, talking of this book, it takes place 250 years afterwards. And what happens is, at the end of the previous book, there was this huge shield protecting the world from the monsters from the outer lands. And that's where Tungdale was trapped in and can't get out. Now, the shield disappears, and Tungdale gets out, and they manage to restore it for now. And Tungdale gets out and is very different. He is very melancholic. He's almost evil-like. He's forgotten a lot of details, barely remembers other stuff, and everyone, rightly, well, except for Bonedale, and he still kinda does. Everyone is basically, this can't be the real Tungdale. This has to be an imposter. But, they don't have any options, so they go along with it. And I think the book does a pretty good job at keeping us in some kind of suspense here. Because what I like about it is Tungdale goes, yeah, I'm aware you guys are not gonna believe me, but I am me, and I'm gonna try my best to convince you with my actions and not with my words. And so it's a fun take on this plot here. And I do like it a lot. I think for the most part of the book it is done really well. At times it did get almost a bit annoying how people kept going, is he not? But really, I actually think for this type of plot, Marcus Heights has done it really well. It's very few times we were annoyed by it. And what I like is everyone was more or less, convinced, yeah, this is Tungdale. Very few weren't and convinced, and those had a legitimate excuse to. And I think that is great and awesome and so much fun. I really, really enjoyed that. Now, secondly, this does place 200 years after the previous one. So, of course, all of our human characters, like Rodario the Magnificent, is dead. And so, we of course lead in with a story of how 7 of his descendants are hosting a competition to be the greatest, descendant of Rodario the Magnificent, calling themselves the Rodario the Magnanimous, and so on until we have the final and worst one, Rodario the 7th. And it was really, really cringe to read. It was so bad. I love it. I think it was a lot of fun. It was fun because, and it made sense because, yeah, of course they're gonna be cringe about it. And then we learned that they're actually a resistance to all the people who has taken over. Like Lodionan has taken over a country area because, the evil spirit that is embedded in him has taken over his body. There's a dragon in another part. The Thirdlings and the Elver has taken over another. Everything is going to shits, basically. And so, of course, the Rodario troop is trying to restore some kind of hope in humanity, and also try and get people to rebel. All the while, we also have the descendant of Prince Malin of Idleslane, which I don't remember her name. Is it here on the back? I don't think so. Are we quickly lucky here? It doesn't seem like it. I don't remember her name. It's also something with M. And then we have the other girl, who is the princess of another country, who is the descendants of a Maga. And Heights kind of runs into a problem that I at first never thought about until I saw the Star Wars sequels. It's a family drama. All of these characters are really a family in a way. Or at least they are family of the original. None of these characters are unique. They are all descendant of characters we already knew. And that is both good and bad. The good thing is we already kinda have a expectation of what we should expect. The descendant of Prince Malin, of course she's gonna be a warrior knight and she's gonna be heroic and fighting. And of course the Maga girl, she's gonna be more intelligent and hopefully cunning. And of course we know how Rodario is gonna be because we knew how the original one was. All of that is great and all, but it also ruins the opportunity for us to get some uniqueness, some new family names, I guess you can say. So yeah, it's done really well. It's not that, but it is you kind of realize that it's just the same families trying to save the world instead of new people. But yeah, the entire plot is Tungdale has a plan for how to save the world, and he does explain it really well. And at the same time he doesn't explain it at all, but we travel around and we talk with different, we talk with the alpha, we actually get a more nuanced approach to them. They turn from being this like pure evil to being pure evil, but almost in a way gray, because of a Phaeton, who is the leader of them. Like he didn't want to become what his parents was, which were the unslayables. So we kind of get this grayish alpha who's actually fighting on our side. We learn about the dragon and how that entire thing works out, and it's actually really great. It's a fun read. It is a go here, go here, go here, go here, go here, go here, finished story. And at first I was like, damn, we have this much left, how, or something like that, how are we gonna get the final fight? Is this just gonna be set up for the next book? No, it's not. It does neatly contain its own story. And I also would say, with this fig of a book, 700, I think it's 38 pages or something like that, 785 pages, I expect it to hold its own story. I really do. But what I do enjoy about it is we get to travel around, we get to see how Girdlegard have changed, we get to see how all the dwarves are nearly beaten back but never giving up. We get this like amazing moment where all the dwarves are standing up proclaiming that Tongdil is the high king of the dwarves, and everyone, including the thirdlings, are just, yes, we believe in him, and working together, and the children of the smith are finally really working. I think the book overall is great. I think it is a lot of fun. I think there are a lot of fun scenes. There's a lot going on. I think Heights has improved a lot as an author here in the fourth book compared to the others. It is less of a product of its time. It does still have the a bit of almost sexist way of looking at things, because of the way he writes women and men needing to save them, and you kind of get out of that from the descendant of Prince Mal. I really don't remember her name. It's annoying me so much. Worst is, after this I'm gonna 100% be like, oh yeah, this is one. I want her to be called Megara or something, like the Greek woman. But I don't think that is her name. I really don't. So Koira is the what's it called? The Maga. Why can't I just find it? That was so weird. I guess she's such an important character. Why can't I find it? Yeah, I guess not. I guess I have no idea. It's kind of funny. Also really annoying. But yeah, she's basically like, she gets into, oh, there we go, Melania. I was not wrong saying Megara. It is kind of similar in a way. But yeah, she basically falls in love with Rodario the 7th because he seems like a wimp and she wants to protect him. And it ends up being the two girls agree on sharing him, but not sharing him in bed. And it's fine. It's I love how Boindale comments on it at one point, going, looks at them and looks at his wife and goes, they're crazy, those humans. And you know, he's right. He's absolutely right. But not because of polyamory, that's whatever, that's their own business, but just general. But yeah, he has changed a lot, because you would not have seen anything like that in the first book, or the second or the third. So yeah. It is a product of, it's from 2008, you can definitely tell it is from back then. But it's good, it's really fun. I would, if you already have read the first 3 books, don't worry, you should just continue, they are good. And I can't wait to read the next one, and maybe the 6th if there is a 6. But yeah, leave a like, comment and subscribe. Next time we're gonna take over, go back to the 90s and look at a product of its time from then. I'm very excited that. I don't remember the book's name. It's something like In the Shadow of a Dark Queen or something like that. But yeah, until then, bye bye.